Today, students, let us look at how to find the mood. First off, let us say that the mood invokes various emotional responses in readers. And that emotional response that the piece of literature or the story or the passage, that emotion created, what it does is it creates an emotional attachment to the piece. So if you notice right here, some pieces of literature, they make us feel depressed, while some pieces of literature, they make us feel hope. So the work that we are reading or the story that we are reading, it, it causes us to feel a certain feeling or a certain emotion. When we find the mood, we can use several techniques. One way to find the mood is looking at the setting. Now, the setting might be a physical location, for example, as illustrated in this picture, there's a farm, or we may have a cemetery setting that's a background where death is happening. So we know that the mood that is being created would be a sad or depressing one. The one with the horses, the mood that would be created would be one that's hopeful, peaceful, um, and then we have a picture here of a family. The mood again is happy. Everyone is smiling. So sometimes the setting, this is a farmhouse, this is a cemetery, they're at the beach, or they are taking a family trip. The setting creates a certain mood in the reader. Now, it's the setting, as for emphasis, provides support to the content of the story. And it also sets the mood of the readers. So we create mood through setting. Let's go a step further. Let us look at now how mood, more specifically, is created through setting by looking at two pieces. Now, this is a piece from Emily Bronte. It says, "There was no moon, and everything beneath lay in misty darkness. Not a light gleamed from any house. Far or near, all had been extinguished long ago." Now, right away, we can see there's no moon. That tells us that there's a darkness and there's a misty darkness. So we're getting a sense that things are a bit calm. It's a bit airy, perhaps. There's a mysteriousness that we're getting from this setting, because there's a misty darkness, and there's no moon, so it's just darkness. So it's a bit eerie, based on the words that we see being used here. So we have no moon. We would highlight that. Remember, we're also developing our annotation skills, and they also said that there is a misty darkness. Okay. And then in the second piece, we have the river reflecting clear blue of the sky, glistened and sparkled as it flowed noiselessly. So here we would say, the mood that is being evoked in us is one where it's serene. All right, I think that's it. We get calmness based on the words that are being used. Whereas up above, we could say the mood being, it's an airy one. You get an airy feeling based on the fact that there's no mood. It's a bit mysterious based on the words we see being used. Now, let's go a little bit further. We can also find the mood through diction. And diction refers to the words that I use. All right? The diction has to do with formal and informal language. The style of writing. We can say the style of writing used when we talk about diction. So let's look at the words and how it is said. Okay, I yearn to walk again, to walk again. I think I'm missing a word, on our white beaches and see the fiery glowing orange sun melting into the sea as it sets. Oh, Charles, if you come to England, when you come to England, it is so terrible of me. Is it so terrible of me to want you to come? Now, there's some words that jump at me. The word oh, okay, that sounds as if someone is longing. There's another word, other words here. We have fire, the word fiery. We have the word beach, beaches. The beaches are white, white beaches. So we have pure, pureness. And we have this word yearn. This word is jumping at me. So we see yearn. They're talking about walking on the beach. It's saying, oh, so right away the words, the diction being used is suggesting, it's making me feel a romance. So a romantic mood is being created by the words that are being used. And then the question here, is it so terrible of me to want you to come? So we sense longing from the way the words are pulled together. So I feel longing. Okay, so there's a longing feeling or mood. Let's look at a second piece here. Let's see if we can make it a little bit bigger, and let's see what mood the writer is evoking in us. It says here, Ray had begun to physically push Rhonda away whenever she came near him. He started to call her names like Fatty and Blackie. Rhonda seemed to get a kick out of calling her Wiggy and Baldy, just like kids at school. Now, right away, when I see physically push, okay, that is definitely jumping at me. When I see the words fatty, it's really making me feel very badly. Nobody wants to be called fatty, and especially the word blackie. Nobody wants to be called blackie. So the words that I am hearing being used in this piece is making me feel sympathetic. It's even making me feel angry, because of how this young lady is being treated by her family members. And of course, this is taken from a BGCSE paper 3 passage. So as we mentioned, we can find the mood through diction, the words that are being used, the style of writing that is being used. And the words that we see being used helps us to feel sympathetic, or in this case, helps us to feel romantic. There's a romantic mood being created. Let's see if we can look at another piece. We also can find the mood through tone. Mood is also created through tone. Here's a piece. This is from Robert Frost. And this is a famous poem taken from the poem called The Road Less Traveled. And he says, I shall be telling this with a sigh. So he is sighing, there's a sigh being used, and usually the manner in which a writer approaches the theme or subject is called the tone. The attitude of the writer invokes the feelings and emotions in the reader. So his attitude toward taking a specific road, we have a road here, he seems to really feel that it is important that you take the right road. It's almost, it sounds very frustrating or anxious. It makes you feel a sense of relief when you hear him say, I shall be telling this with a sigh, meaning, oh, what a relief. I chose the right road. So we feel a sense of relief that he has made a good decision. So mood is created through tone, the way the attitude the writer takes towards a topic. So he has a very uh, positive attitude towards the future because of the decision that he would have made. Now, this is just an illustration of how we can find the mood. Of course, we're going to do much more practice, but we wanted to help you see the different ways. Thanks for watching.